start recording now. Start the intro. You're new here, coming from a different platform. Well, welcome, amazing Amy. You just tapped into my featured show. Thank you for the fave. Thank you for the fave. All right. Music, because I know, like I said, it's about 4 o'clock. We're going to try to start this, so I'll go ahead and get the music going. Okay. Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Port on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Port on is the show where artist experience doesn't matter. All you need is your will to learn, paint, create, and have fun. On Port on, you will follow along with one pouring technique instruction that I have chosen for this week's show. Normally on Pour It On, we would have what I call the Pour It On table. It has cards where we select options. I have a lot going on with today's piece, so I didn't want to throw that in there and then we not have time to get to it. Maybe shrunk us down to an hour, so I'm trying to keep everything within that time frame. Iconic painter Bob Ross said, "We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. So let's pour it on and see what we can create." I'm your host, Juancho, and welcome to today's show. So what we're going to do today, you guys, you see I got my black panel piece here. I believe it's a 16 by 30, somewhere around there. And I had tried to do a pour on it. You might be able to see some streaks and stuff like that on there. The pour didn't come out, so because it's acrylic paint, it peels back really easy off the canvas. So I peeled most of that off, and then I painted a base coat of black on here. Just is what you're looking at right now. On today's episode, we're going to do a mixed media piece. We have a little poster cutout of your airness, Michael Jordan. Okay, so we're going to do that. I also have a basketball hoop, some letters for his name, and some other things like that. So, in order to put these clippings on, we're going to use Mod Podge. Tinder Mod Podge is a way that you can do it on canvas, you can do it on wood, you can do it on various materials, and basically redesign whatever that is to your liking. You use photos, newspaper clippings, magazine clippings. If you want to print something out off of your printer, you got a good printer and it prints out really well images, you can do that as well. You can also take it to transfer images onto canvas. Today we're not transferring any images. We're going to solely incorporate these clippings onto it, and we're also going to do a little bit of a pour, nothing too crazy. But before we can put this Jordan piece on, I'm going to go ahead and get my Mod Podge. Get this lid off of here. Make sure you're mixing up your liquids, whether it be Mod Podge, whether it be acrylic pour paints. You want to make sure you don't have no clumps and nothing like that in there. So I'm going to be very generous with this. So I'm just going to pour some on here because I'm going to have to spread it. This is just going to be like a base coat so that the images have something to adhere to. And I'm just going to spread it along the canvas a little bit. Doesn't have to be like perfect or nothing. I'm just gonna like get some cement over here on the edges. I'm mainly putting it in the middle because that's where our imaging is going to be at, you guys. And I'm sorry if you can't see me. I'm just trying to spread this out here. Go ahead and put a little bit right there. I'll get this to. Try not to leave it clumped up because then you'll get air bubbles in your images when you're trying to Mod Podge it to the surface. This is the actual canvas, a stretch canvas. It's a, I believe, 16 by 30 panel. It's already got some texture to it because, like I said, I did a previous pour on it on my own time, and it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So I was like, let me take all that off. I can still reuse the panel. All I gotta do is put a base coat on it, whatever that would be, and then I can add whatever it is that I want to add to it, however I want to add it to it. All right, so we just a little bit more focus on more so this top area, because once it gets down to the bottom, I can add where I need it, basically. All right. Okay, so real quick, we have your airness himself, Mr. MJ. I'm gonna put him right there. And I tried to cut this with an X-Acto knife as best as possible, or as close as possible to the highlight line, so we didn't have like extras. But obviously, with it being a black canvas and there's black paint on it and there's black within the image, I had to leave like a little bit of shadow in some areas, which is okay because my base coat is black, and hopefully when it's all blends, it'll blend with each other. Now I know the shoe is off on the end there, and I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do to it probably within the show, but I am going to reinforce that shoe on the end there that's hanging off the edge. I'm not going to leave it like that. We're going to probably add like some cardstock behind it just to just so that that's solid and it's not flimsy, because it's not on that, it's not actually laying on the canvas itself, it's hanging off the canvas. So I'm just going to try to do that. So we got the basketball laying down. All right, trying to get these air bubbles out. It's not easy to get them out sometimes, but just play with it a little bit, and worst case scenario, you'll have some texture to your piece because of the air bubbles. But if you can, try to get them out and get them out as much as possible. Some of them are a little bit bigger just because of the way this image was cut. And so I'm just gonna keep on moving on along right there. All right. You guys are just tapping in. This is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are working on a Mod Podge piece. It's actually going to be mixed media, but the Mod Podge is the step that we're working on right now. I'm adding Michael Jordan to this black 16 by 30 canvas. I'm going to come back over it with the Mod Podge glue to kind of seal that. All right. And even though it's white right now, it dries up clear, y'all. So I know I've seen a couple of comments talking about what's the white stuff and everything. It's white right now, but it dries clear. So that's just one thing that you guys might want to know, so that you're not like, oh my gosh, it's going to dry like that. No, It's going to dry clear, and they have different variations. They have glossy, they have matte, they have satin finish. You know what I'm saying? So it's just your preference as far as what type of Mod Podge you want to use. I need to do that. So I'm just going to try to seal some of these edges so that we can get that good. So seal these edges. Okay, just going to seal these edges, y'all. And we're sealing them just so that basically it makes it one piece. It makes it look like it's one piece, like it came like that. Like I said, you got the little bit of white that's on here now, but after it dries, it'll dry clear. All right, so we got MJ on there, y'all. We got MJ on there. We're gonna add the hoop. Now we're gonna add the hoop to it. I'm actually going to have it hang over the edge over here, so that it looks more like it's a rim, if you will. All right, so I didn't get enough at the top there. I didn't get enough of the Mod Podge at the top. I'm actually going to grab me a cup and put some of the Mod Podge in there so that I can, I've sold pieces. I have sold pieces. So if you guys ever see Level Up, if you ever see something that you're interested in on the show, don't hesitate to ask. I got plenty of pieces, and I know I can't keep them all. So if you ever see something you like, let me know, and we'll work some out. All right, so we're putting the we're putting the hoop on here. So I'm gonna flip this canvas real quick so I have easier access to it. I don't want to have to keep leaning like that, y'all. So that way y'all can actually see you as well. Let me see here. We're gonna dip a little bit more in here so I can do that. All right, so we're gonna lay that down, and that's okay. That's looking good. That's looking good. All right, let me get this little piece right here. This is why I say to put the layer down first. If you don't put anything down, it has nothing really to adhere to, right? So then when you go to put the Mod Podge over the top of it, all it does is slide. It literally just slides around. It doesn't do anything. So make sure you're putting a decent amount. You don't have to get too crazy with it, but a generous amount so that it has some tackiness for the paper to stick to. All right, so we're going to add some of this on the side here so that we can get this side to lay down, hopefully. Okay, let's go. And we're going to put this right here. And like I said, you can kind of see where I had pink. It was blue before, and I painted it black today just for the show so that we could do this piece. Looks like I got a little bit of black paint on me there. So we good. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Poured On with Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Mod Podged our Jordan, your Ernest. We Mod Podged our basketball hoop with the net. And I accidentally got some black paint on there. That's okay, because that's going to get covered up anyway. So, you guys, I know you guys see the net right here. I'm actually going to take some yarn and put the yarn in here as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put some, that's going to be that actual net is going to be white yarn that I'm going to incorporate. And we're going to get to that towards the end. I want to get some of this other stuff done first. Like I said, we got to get these other pieces on. So I'm going to flip this around. We got a hoop on there. We got MJ on there. You know what I'm saying? It's only right to go. Man, see here. Well, this is about spacing, y'all. And I hope that I can get this. I hope I can get this even. I hope I can get this even. And if I don't, I'm not gonna fret over it. You know what I mean? It happens. 23 Jordan year. Hey, the year of Jordan. I feel it. All right, we're gonna put this layer on here. Dice, welcome everybody coming in. We are currently Mod Podging for today's piece in this moment in time. We're Mod Podging, so just putting a little layer on here at the bottom. Putting a little layer here on the bottom so that we got some for our pieces to adhere to. Once again, put this back in the cup. All right, so let's see. Think. All right, maybe not quite there. Maybe not quite. All right, let's see if is that straight? I think that's straight. If it's not, I don't know who we gonna blame, but you know, it's still gonna be on there, even if it's not straight. Because we done already push down, we done press play on it already. So here we go. Let's see. Trying to make this. All right. Here we go. All right, we got that going, y'all. We got that going. Okay. So now we got his name on here. I'm just gonna take again some of the Mod Podge to go over top of it so we can seal that. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that that's nice and good. Nice and good. Let's see here. And this is gonna have some texture, like I said, the paint that's underneath it. So some of this stuff is not gonna lay down completely flush like I normally probably would want it to be. Maybe I should have just bought a new panel, but you know, we're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with it today. All right. We're gonna run with it. All right, so we got your Aaron's name there. Got his name there. I think I'm gonna put this 23 up top. And then we will move to adding some paint to this. We'll move to adding some paint to it. All right, so we already got some of the Mod Podge up here, y'all. I know. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some in this corner so that I don't know if you can see the 23 where I'm putting it, but we're gonna put it up here in the corner. Put it up here in the corner. And I think we got it. All right. And I'm gonna take some more of the Mod Podge and we're just gonna seal that those edges real quick. Make sure those are laying down and flush. Lifting and all that good stuff. I think everything is laying down pretty nice, I should say, for the most part. Like I have a few areas that don't want to lay down, and that's just because of the bumpiness of the texture from painting over the previous pour. But that's all right. I like texture. It gives the piece dimension and depth. So I know I'm not putting anything in these specific spots, but I just kind of want to put this here because I don't want to have like that satin everywhere, but where the items are being Mod Pod's. So if I can do without that and just have it all have some type of finish on it, that is all the better for me. I see something I don't like here up at the top with the ball. Hopefully I can get that to lay down, and it's not looking like it is, but that's all right. That's all right. Everything else is laying down like we wanted, so that's okay. That's okay, you guys. All right. So we got MJ on there. We got the hoop. We got the 23. Let's get into some pouring with the paint, y'all. Let's get into some pouring on the paint. All right, so I got, what do I have here? Power off. Okay. So we have, this is called Going Gray. Called Going Gray. I'm not even going to bother with this little nozzle. I have this, this splitter cup where you can put a different color in each one of those channels. It's called multi-channel pour. So I'm just gonna take this and shake up my paint real quick that I have, and it's pre-mixed. It's pre-mixed, so it's pouring medium paint, and then I'll be adding the acrylic lubricant oil to it as well. So I'm gonna shake up this gray here. Let's see, make sure I get that nice and mixed. Looks like it could use a little bit more shaking. I appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate the love. Thank you for the fades as well. Hope you guys are enjoying today's show. Let's see what this looks like now. Okay, so it all dropped down in the bottom, which is good. That's what I wanted. I'm just gonna pour it in this channel. As you see, pouring in this first channel here. All right. Then we have, let's see, white. All right, so we have white, and I'm gonna have to mix this one up as well. And I actually should have did something with that last one, but I'm gonna try to make it work anyway. That's what happens when you're trying to keep this under that certain amount of time and tend to miss a step, right? This is not going what I thought it was going to be. This white is not being friendly right now. So it just says premium white. It's another pre-mixed paint. See, that one's a little chunky. I don't like that, so I'm definitely pouring it in the cup. How is that? Why is it like that? Okay, so that's the worry with getting pre-mixed paint, is it not being the right consistency and all of that. And this is not what I was expecting with this, so I'm gonna have to add some pouring medium to it. Oops, don't want to Spill that. And I'm just using this folk art pouring medium, y'all. I'm gonna add some lubricant oil. I have some lubricant oil right here. Lubricant oil. You just add a nice 3 generous drops or so in there. And that's gonna help those cells develop as well. Grabbing one of my popsicle sticks so I can get the stirring. Trying to get all that grittiness out of the paint where I don't know what's going on with this paint. It didn't hold well, I would say. Yeah. Did not hold well. We're gonna try to get it back right. I'll try to get it back right. And it don't look like it's gonna get right. I know I have some white paint. 1 second, let me grab my white. All right, we got white. We got some more white. And again, generously shaking it because I don't want the clumps and stuff in it. And I already have some in my existing, so if I can prevent extra clumps, that's what I want to do. It looks like some of the paint at the front here, because the edge is a little thicker, which I don't want. So I'm gonna put this popsicle stick here to block that, so I get the nice loose paint. I'll get the nice loose paint. All right, so that's much better. I can already tell already just adding this white to it. It's much better. Still a little loose, but I'm hoping mixing it will do some justice. So we got white. I'm gonna come back to that white. I'm gonna go ahead and see what this gold looks like, just in case I have to do the same with the gold. This is my first time using this brand, so I guess I know next time not to use it because it's not guaranteed that the paint's gonna be still a paint likeness. At least the white isn't. So I had to grab my towel here. All right, so we're gonna pour this gold in here and see what that looks like. See, that gold looks nice. Gold looks nice. It's fluid. And that's how we want it. All right, that's good. And we're gonna grab some of our lubricant oil and drop a couple of drops in there. 3. Now I'm gonna grab another popsicle stick just to mix that up. And we want the consistency of the paint to be like that. Like if you got some hot syrup or honey or something like that, like it should be dripping off that stick, something similar to that, you know what I mean? Make sure it's fluid. If it's not fluid, you're gonna run into the risk that it's either one, gonna just stay in place when you go to pour, or if it's too runny, it's not gonna hold the color, the pigment's not gonna hold. So you want to be careful with that. You want to make sure you're not over liquefying it or not using enough other liquids to add to it, because if you don't, you got that clumpiness and all that, and that's just not what's up. That's just not what's up at all. OG artists, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so that white was good. I'm just gonna mix that one in there too, and then I'll just make it one white, and I can actually get rid of all of it. Welcome to the show, OG. This still has some. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So you're just trial and error, you guys, like sometimes you're gonna run into some issues, and if you do, you just gotta pivot. Right now, I have some issues where the paint is coagulating, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want that in my paint. I don't want it in my pour. So I'm probably gonna just do a whole new white from scratch, just because I don't like that. I don't like how that looks. I'm gonna pour this gold in the third channel. It's the middle channel that's in here. So we got our silver in there already. I'm gonna pour it in the third channel. So that's all good. I think we got all the gold out here. Okay. And then where is it? Red. So I have red, but I didn't have any pour red. So we're gonna make red from scratch. We're gonna make red from scratch today. I'll open up this what is it? Crimson. We'll open up this crimson red and make us our own pouring paint with it. Gonna take off my little seal. Put that to the side. Okay. We got this. Got the red going. I'm not even gonna use the squeeze thing because we're using this whole red just about. So I just want to pour it out and make sure we got what we need. There's a little left over, but it's not much. I'm going to add some of our folk art pouring medium. Okay. Don't want that chunk to drop from the edge. Gonna put that over there, and then our lubricant oil. Just like 2 to 3 generous drops. We're good. I'm gonna put that to the side. Trusty popsicle stick, so we can make sure all that stuff's mixed up well. If you're just tuning in, this is Poured On Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm currently mixing up some crimson red for the pouring aspect of today's show. We've already added the Mod Podge, which is, as you can see, Jordan himself. We got the hoop right there in the upper right-hand corner. You guys might not be able to see it, but there's a 23 right there. And we got his name down here at the bottom. We got our channel cup that we're about to use. And each channel is going to have a different color. So right now I'm pouring the red. So we got the red in there. We got the red in there. We got the silver. We got the gold. And now I got to make a white because we had that issue with the paint. So I'm going to get a clean cup. So we can mix up our white. And get a popsicle stick as well. Make sure this clumpy stuff isn't in here. So I'm going to take the clumpy stuff and go ahead and like cut out. I don't like that. Okay, so we got this moving. I need to get up to, so basically I have these solo cups, y'all. That first that first line in the solo cup, that's basically where I'm putting the paint up to, because we don't need a lot. We just need enough to put in our channel cup here. So we're going to go ahead and put that off to the side. We're going to grab our pouring medium to go ahead and add to the white. Now, if you're using colors and stuff like that with your pouring medium, y'all, you want to make sure that you have enough paint in there, because it will slightly change the pigment of your paint. If you got a red, it might turn that pink a little bit. So you want to make sure that you have enough, and you can always add. So I would start off with little and just slowly add if you're using colors. Unless you've been doing it for a while and you know what you're doing, I would just start slow. That's my take on it. Everybody's entitled to move with it how they want. Get that clump out of there that we saw coagulating. All right. But that's just my take on it. I like it to be the actual color. I know on one of the shows we did black and made it from scratch, and the black kind of faded out a little bit because I didn't get enough of the regular black paint in there. So it turned more like a gray. It was more like a dark gray, almost black, but like it wasn't black. It wasn't black. Okay. So I'm just trying to mix this white up that's giving me trouble today. For whatever reason, I'm gonna have to go get me some new white paints. I'll give me some new white paints. But I think I got it enough to do what we need to do today. I'm just trying to make sure none of this runs. Okay. We got our white. And I think we're going to use the gray on that outer side. So we got gray on the outside and the white, gold, and red in between. And we're just going to kind of do some streaks with it. So let's see how that looks. All right. So we're going to grab another cup here. So make sure we can get our gray has the lubricant oil in it this time because I forgot to on the first one. So that one gray might come out a little bit different than this gray. But that's okay. Happy little accidents. 1, 2, 3. 3 drops. Grab another popsicle stick just to mix that up. Make sure it's all fluid. All right. Here we go. I'll put that on this side. Okay, so just a little bit more there. There we go. All right. So we ready to pour this channel cup on here, y'all. Get that Mod Podge spot off of there. All right. So this is gonna be interesting. We're gonna see how it goes. See how it goes. Hold up. We don't want that to get on the actual name. Oh, and I just got it on Jordan himself. But I can wipe some of this stuff off, y'all. So let me see here. I'm going to actually grab my straw here. I'm using multiple techniques today, y'all. So we're going. All right. Right. Okay, get some of that. If you're just tapping in, this is Poured On with Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At this point in time, I'm just going to go around the canvas real quick and kind of spread some of these colors out with my straw. I can see the gold and the white and all those things kind of like generating some colors. Um, I'm actually going to take my stick here because I like that gold. And I'm going to drop a couple of drops of that gold if I can. Get it to run off the. All right. And using the straw, that technique's called a Dutch pour. Um, I've done it many times on the show before. It's just it's just a manipulation of air, or manipulation through air. Generally, I use a blow dryer or something of that magnitude to do it. A straw works too. Your mouth works, but it really just kind of depends on what you're going for with that, and whether or not you're trying to do like a flower or like a jellyfish or something of that nature. Um, let's see here. Let's see if I can get some of this stuff here. All right. I'm going to take this gold one more time and drop me a dot there. All right. So I need to do something here, and I should have got something to cover it. Don't really have anything to cover it, but we're gonna do this. I got. Is there anything that's covered? No. All right. So, like I said, I probably wasn't gonna be able to get to the actual yarn to do the net and all that, y'all. But I'll stay on to do that for y'all. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but I'm gonna stay on a little bit past the show and try to add that real quick. So if y'all in here and you're wanting to see what it's gonna look like in the end, feel free to tap in to the end. We're just gonna do that, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna make it work. All right. I'll move this to the side and that to the side. All right, how much time we got? We're looking at 10 minutes, y'all. Let me see what we can get done in 10 minutes. I'll put this here if I can. Nope, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. All right, we just gonna run with it, and I know what I'm gonna do. I got my red here, and I got so. I didn't mean to do it on the J. Didn't mean to do it on the J. So basically, I'm just gonna put some splat spots on here, y'all. Just and see, that's why I like the Mod Podge. Like that, that's coming off a little bit. I can actually mess with that a little bit later and get a napkin that's gonna actually get it off the way. And I'm just trying to get some stuff down here on this white because it's. I want to try to like not have the white be too out there. I want all the colors to kind of tie in with each other. So that's why I'm doing these random spots and stuff like that. Okay. We're just doing paint splatter. I'm gonna grab another stick so I can grab my white and splatter a little bit on here as well. Just in some other spots here. All right. There we go. There. We're gonna come back with the gold. All right. So I know we're not gonna get a chance to finish this today, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is take the time to kind of talk about what we got going on here. For those of y'all just tapping in, um, this was a multi-layer piece. Basically, what you see here is obviously Michael Jordan. I took an old 16 by 30 panel that I had previously did a pour on it. The pour didn't come out as wanted, but I knew I still could salvage the canvas, so I painted black over it this morning in use for today's show. The colors that we got going on to complement the piece obviously is red. We got a gray here, silverish gray. We also have white, and then we have gold, metallic gold as well. So I just cut out. I took a poster. It was a Michael Jordan poster that I got. I cut out the things that I wanted out of the poster. Everything else, I just trashed it. So that's what you have here. You have Jordan, which has been Mod Podge onto here. You have a hoop here at the top that's also been Mod Podge to it. And then you have 23, which we all know that was his number. And then his name, obviously, at the bottom. Over here, we have our channel cup pour paint that we poured out here. So it's got that red, that gold, that silver and white. We also have some spots up here that we did. I didn't really move these because I didn't really want them to be moved. I kind of wanted them to be the spots to stay where they are. They're gonna get hard, and they're kind of got mounds to them, so they're gonna add that dimension that I was talking about earlier as far as texture. We already got a lot of texture going on because of the previous pour. So now that we have it on all these things on here, I know we don't have too much time left. The next thing I'm going to do is incorporate some yarn, and that's going to basically, you see where our hoop is. I'm going to take the yarn and put the yarn right over the same areas that are on the actual image, so that it's more lifelike the net. The reason why I chose this piece, I'm a Bulls fan. You guys, if you don't know me or and you get to know me, you'll learn that I'm diehard Bulls, I'm diehard Bears. Those are my teams. I'm originally from Chicago, so that's why we chose this piece. I don't even know where we're gonna put this piece because like I said, I probably got about 40 canvases in this house, if not more. Um, but I just wanted to do something different. I want to do something fun, something that was relatable to, for the viewers. Most of y'all know who MJ is. If you don't, Google it. Um, but yeah, so that's what we did with today's piece. At this time, before we close out the show, I'm going to open the floor while I'm working on the piece and trying to get ready for the next stages of it for anybody that ask questions. I'm here to answer your questions. If you want to be on the show, like Tinder and Jenny Juice, as some of the others said, go ahead, hit me with a follow on the Instagram. It's tied to my bio. I know people say it wasn't tied to my bio last time and the time before that, but I checked. It's there. So if you can't see, you're probably on a different platform. You probably on like Be Okay or something like that. I don't know. But it's definitely there. So just hit me with the follow, send me a message. Let me know what your availability is looking like. Again, we here every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we can pour it on, you know what I'm saying? So any questions? Any questions for anybody that's been here? I don't know who's all in here. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show thus far. Again, we only got an hour. Really, it's more like 45 minutes. Enough time, because you got intro, outro, and then the meat to it. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it, NJ. I'm sure there's somewhere else that you can find that you might enjoy the shows. So I hope you enjoy that next one. Uh, Anybody else that would like to comment? Anybody else not like the show? Anybody else not like the show? Tell me how you really feel. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how you really feel. But yeah, I'm gonna open the door or open the floor for questions at this time, y'all. If y'all have any questions about today's piece or a previous piece or just what I do on the show in general, and you missed most of the show, don't be scared. I probably will epoxy this piece. I probably will epoxy this piece. I feel like it should be epoxy, I guess, because of what it is, but we'll see. I gotta see how it looks once I get the yarn for the net on there. I have to see. I'm gonna, you guys see the spots on here, the splatters, spots right here. I'm gonna get a little bit more detail with the splatters, y'all. So that's why uh, I was gonna cover the top of this so I can do some actual really good splats. But you know what? It's um, I'm gonna just tape it off. I'm gonna get some paper, tape it off, and do it the right way. I'm not gonna try to cut no corner or anything like that. We're gonna do this right, and we're gonna make sure that it, do what it's supposed to be doing. The little boy at the job will love that. That's what's up. That's what's up. How you doing, Law? Welcome to Pour It On. Any more questions on the floor? We got a couple more minutes before the show's over. So
Power on.
at this, I'm not your dear. I'm not your dear. Sorry. Any other questions? We active now. We active. Man, I wish y'all was here early in the show to run them comments with all that. That would have been nice. That would have been really nice. You clicked on the live, I believe, and you saw a purple box. What that purple box said when you clicked on the live? I'm just curious. Just curious. What it say? I think you just stumbled into Poured On Juancho, which is a feature show right here on the Tag app. But you late. You late. You late. Not late, but late. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a minute. You about to cut us off. But if you're late and you missed this week's show, make sure you tune in next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your boy. Watch your number. I want to thank everybody for coming in.